Hello my dear friends and welcome to my channel. Don't forget to make yourself a cup of tea because today we have very interesting stories and one of them is a story about an OP who is in a wheelchair, she was with her cat at the airport, and about the EM who tried to do terrible things to OP and her cat. Please subscribe if you haven't and I hope you'll enjoy it. So back in high school one of my closest friends got pregnant and gave birth to the sweetest baby boy. She stopped going to school for a while to take care of her kid but still did online school so she could graduate with her class. One thing we would do is go to one of the local food places near the high school on Fridays, and today we decided to go to this nice Chinese place that I frequent regularly and the little old lady knows me by name. This Chinese place has a sticker on the front door that says something like breastfeeding will always be allowed, which is great since that's what my friend is more comfortable doing for her baby. After we ordered our food and hung out in this little waiting area, when the baby gets all fussy, she takes out the little cover and covers her baby in her chest as she starts to feed him. We keep talking until this woman and her son, who had to be around 10, comes in. I recognize the kid as one of the kids I looked after when I used to volunteer at a youth center. He comes up to me and starts talking to me and then asks my friend what she's doing with the baby. Before my friend could answer, the boy's mother cuts in. "A disgusting thing is what she's doing. Don't you know better than to do that in public? And why are you even doing that if you're only a kid?" My friend has an attitude sometimes, so I try to jump in before she would start to throw things. It's not illegal. And Mrs. L is fine with it. She has a sticker on the door. Mrs. L being the little old lady by the counter who was just staring at the baby a second ago. She smiles at us and continues to write some stuff down. The mother wasn't happy about this and continued with her bullcrap. "I'm sorry, but I'm just not okay with a baby breastfeeding another baby. Can you please just stop?" she says in frustration. Mrs. L finally cuts in and in her broken English she says, "Nursing baby is a beautiful thing. You have problem, you leave." She then taps the order on the window that leads to the kitchen and apologizes to my friend for the woman's nasty behavior. She then looks at the boy who is still next to me and says jokingly, "Your mother, she dummy right?" This makes the boy laugh and the mother just grumbles in her seat, trying to stay as far from us as she could. When my friend finished and we grabbed our food, Mrs. L threw in an extra order of eggs rolled since they were my friend's favorite. Everything was fine until Monday came and I saw the boy again. He pulls me off to the side and tells me that his mom said she doesn't like me or my friend. I just ask him if he still likes me and he says yes. I don't get it, why are people even against breastfeeding in public? Kids get hungry at random times and they need to be fed. I don't get what's so bad about that. I fly a lot. I've been surprised that the last couple of times I haven't encountered any entitled people or idiots. In fact, it went pretty smoothly. I thought, holy crap, the curse is lifted. But we wouldn't be here if that had stayed the case, now would we? A few weeks ago, I hurt my ankle doing some filming and have been ordered to wear a boot and take it easy while my leg heals. It's been trying because I thought I'd be better by now, but the healing process on this injury is a slow one. I arrived at the airport and opted for a wheelchair, given how much my foot was already hurting. I'm hobbling around in this giant boot, obviously injured, and now with a wheelchair. Probably best to leave me alone. Checking in and security go fine. Everyone said how cute my cat is while I take him out and hold him so security can do their thing. I don't blame them, my first son is a stunner and a cuddle bug. Then I see a little kid, between 4 and 7 I guess, I'm bad with guessing ages of children, nudge his mom and point at me. I think nothing of it and put my fur baby back in his carrier and hobble back over to the wheelchair. We grab my bag and shoe and I pop a carrier on my lap and we're good to head to the gate. I made some conversation with the guy helping me out while I noticed the kid and his mom also seemed to have this gate. The guy helping me out finally parks me by the gate and after petting my cat a bit, he heads off. Now it's very crowded. I don't think there's an open seat near our gate at all. If you haven't traveled with a wheelchair assist before, usually one of two things will happen. Either they leave you in the wheelchair by the gate and you can walk into the plane with the rest of the passengers when it's time, or in some cases, they will directly wheel you to the plane door. This time, I was left by the gate. I put the carrier on the ground next to me and make sure I have all my stuff from security. Eventually, I'm just messing around on my phone waiting for the flight when I feel a tap on my shoulder. I pull off my headphones. Either they leave you in the wheelchair by the gate and you can walk into the plane with the rest of the passengers when it's time, or in some cases, they will directly wheel you to the plane door. This time, I was left by the gate. I put the carrier on the ground next to me and make sure I have all my stuff from security. Eventually, I'm just messing around on my phone waiting for the flight when I feel a tap on my shoulder. I pull off my headphones. Excuse me, hi, my name is Karen, not real name. Me, oh hi Karen, how's it going? Looks shocked. First of all, I'd appreciate it if you call me ma'am or Ms. Karen. Learn some manners. Me, okay, did you need something? Karen. Sighs. I asked you once to just, anyways that's not important right now. I need you to get up. Surprised that she dropped the ma'am thing, maybe she really does need my help with something. Is everything okay? Did I get rolled onto some of your stuff? I can move the chair so you can look if you need. No, I don't need you to move the chair. I just need you out of the chair. Me. May I ask why? Getting pissed off. Well, aside from the fact that an adult is asking you for something and you should do it if you must know, my son is tired and needs a place to sit. Excuse the hell out of me. I'm not a child, I'm 25. I don't have to call her ma'am, and I certainly don't have to do what she says just cause she's an adult. Obviously, I don't say that to her. I'm still respectful. Nervous laughter, big mistake there, oh, I'm sorry, but I think I'm just gonna stay in the chair. You're laughing at my child's pain. What kind of trash are you? Me, no, sorry. You just caught me off guard. I thought you needed my help with something. I do. I need you to get up so my baby can sit. Me, as I said, I'll be staying in my chair. Maybe there's some seats in between the gates where you and your son could sit and wait. But he's tired. It's too far to find empty seats. There's only some at the food court. And I'm injured. It would also be too far for me to walk to the food court area only to walk back 15 minutes later. We saw you standing in security. You can stand. Here, she hits the wall next to me for emphasis. You have somewhere to lean, so give us the chair. Me. No. Please leave me alone. I will stay right here till it is time for me to go inside. Really? You won't help a poor child? You're heartless. Me. Sure. If you say so. Puts headphones back in because this conversation is over. I'm done. She huffs and grabs her kid and walks away. The end. Just freaking kidding. Not 2 minutes later, as I'm minding my own business, engrossed in my phone and ignoring the outside world, I feel this tug on my boot and then enormous pain going through my foot. What the hell? This kid is trying to climb onto me. He used my boot as a little step stool almost and tried to hop onto my lap. Obviously, the second I felt him on me, I pushed him off out of instinct. I'm not a jungle gym. I pull out my headphones and the kid is on the ground crying in full tantrum mode. Comes running screaming, how could I attack her child? The flight attendant also saw the commotion and comes over to see what's wrong. Before I can say anything, is sobbing to her. She hurt my baby. She attacked him. I want her off this flight. Oh, baby, are you okay? She's talking to her kid now. Kid. Mommy, she didn't let me sit. You told me she would let me sit on her lap. Tell her to let me sit, mommy. Starts making incoherent sheep noises. See what you did. Just give us this seat. As of right now, I'm still in my chair, kid is on the ground, is practically trying to shove me out of the chair. I'm still in a fair amount of pain and now extremely pissed off that this idiot is making a scene. Flight attendant, FA from now on. Ma'am, what exactly are you trying to do here? I just need this chair. Look, tell her she will be allowed on the plane again if she just gives me this chair. FA, ma'am, she has done nothing wrong. Please leave her alone. She is an injured traveler. The chair is for her. The chair is for people who need it, and right now my son needs it. She's been rude and has attacked my son. If she won't give me her chair, I want her removed from the flight. Right now. FA. Ma'am, you are harassing other passengers. That is not allowed. Now I will give you one chance to calm down, apologize to this young lady, and hope that she doesn't wish to press charges. Charges for what? For being an idiot. How is she even allowed on a plane with that thing? That's illegal. It's probably feral and will attack everyone during the flight. Me. Fed up and now pissed that she's talking crap about my cat. Lady, I have asked you multiple times to leave me alone. My cat has a ticket, he is allowed to be here and travel with me. And it seems like he's a lot better trained and well behaved than your little crap stain of a kid. Though I'm not surprised he's turning out this way when his mother is behaving like a child. Get out of my face before I take the lady's advice and press charges. FA. Mom, she's allowed to have a cat. She has paid for a ticket for her animal. It is perfectly legal and within airline rules. Your behavior, however, is not. This is my last warning to you. Please leave this passenger alone. The EM is red in the face. She pulls her kid up and starts walking away, and they stand about 5 feet from me, glaring at me. I'm now weary and keeping an eye on them. She whispers something to him, and before I know it, he's running at me full speed and basically aiming for my cat carrier. I don't know what he planned to do, but my mama cat instincts kicked in, and I stuck my leg out just in time. The kid jumped and basically fell onto my boot, effectively blocking him from landing on my cat, while also gleaning a scream from me because, hell, that hurt my leg. The FA has had enough. She calls for security and then comes to check on me, as I am now crying along with the spawn of Satan. He ran to his mommy and the EM is now holding him, and she looks ready to tear into me. EM, why would you hurt my child like that? You witch. Me, why would you send your kid to attack me or my cat? This is the second time he's gotten hurt doing stupid crap you told him to do. EM, I would never. Kid, but mom, you said to sit on the kitty's box and squish him as hard as I can. EM, to her kid, shut up. That is not what I said. Security arrives and FA tells them that they need to remove a passenger. EM, for some reason, thinks she's still in the right and steps aside telling the guys she's right here. Take her away. She hurt my kid. The FA and I share a gobsmacked look before she turns to EM. FA, ma'am. You and your child will not be allowed to fly with us today. Security will escort you out and your bags will be retrieved when possible. Please gather your things and follow these gentlemen. EM looked like someone slapped her with a fish. What do you mean? She's the one who's being rude. You need to kick her off this flight. I'm fine. I haven't done anything wrong. My son and I will be getting on this plane as he has to be back for summer camp and we can't afford to find a new flight. So we will be staying. FA. You will not be allowed on this flight. Not today. Not ever. Please leave calmly with these men or they will drag you out. She tries to protest some more, but eventually takes her hellspin and leaves with security, cussing me out and telling me Jesus has a special place in hell for people like me. And finally, I get to fly in peace. I had to go to the doctors the next day and my ankle definitely didn't take those hits well. I'll be in the boot longer than anticipated. The airline called me to get my statement and offered me vouchers as compensation for my troubles and informed me that the passenger has been barred from traveling with their airline in the future. I think they're just happy I'm not pressing charges. My fur baby and I are home and cuddled in bed, and I hope that idiot had to spend so much extra money to get her kid home on time. OP should have pressed charges. The EM told her kid that it was okay for him to do things that involve OP without asking permission. She tried to basically hurt OP's cat. And both of those attempts to get what she wanted ended in OP hurting leg even more. Past. Me. A 13-year-old boy. EM. Entitled mother around 30 years that judges people by their look. FOD. Friend of dad, my savior. Backstory. So in my school there are a lot of kids and in consequence a lot of divisions. The school organized a schedule that makes divisions leave school at different times, so the streets don't fill up with students that want to go home. My division has to leave at 12:15 p.m. on Fridays, important for later, and this is what generates the encounter. By the way, in my country, it's really weird to find an EP, so I didn't think of the possibility of meeting one. Story. So before getting into the subway to get home, I usually take the bus. I bought myself an empanada to celebrate that I made it to the winter holidays without failing any subject. So I hop into the subway, eat my empanada and start playing a game. As I finish the empanada and the match, FOT approaches me. We chat for a bit and then he goes to a seat in another wagon. I'm 3 stops from my house when EM gets in the subway and she starts looking at me weird. I understand because I don't look like I'm my age, and few schools do what mine does, what I told you to remember. So I finish a showdown match when she out of nowhere taps me in the shoulder. Hey kiddo, where's your mom? I try not to punch her. I'm okay with people that mistake me with a younger kid, but I hate when they treat me like one. Sorry miss, but I'm traveling alone. That's impossible. No it's not, I'm 13, I go to school name, and I can travel alone. I put my phone away just in case she wants to steal or something. No, you can't. Don't lie to me. You're like 8 or 9, you should be at school, you shouldn't even have an iPhone X. I have an LG Q6. Enraged. Then how did I get on here without someone stopping me? I have my ticket with me and my phone isn't an iPhone. Raises voice. Don't talk to me like that. You're escaping school. No, I'm not. School name, lets my division go out earlier on Fridays. You're lying. I'll take you with your mum. I don't know how did you escape and get here with no trouble. I don't know how she associated school with mom, but that stupidity leaves me in shock for a second, and she knew it. She grabs me by the arm and starts walking to the next wagon. Now, I really hate conflict, but I did some taekwondo, so I try to leave, but she doesn't let go, so I take a deep breath and I grab her arm and throw her to the floor. And everyone in the wagon just felt that they should leave. Hell you spectators, thank you for helping me. OMG, how could you do that? Slaps me, you're a nasty child, you go back to school now. I'm on the verge of tears, I didn't expect to do that, and I don't know what to do. And when she tries to grab me again, FOD grabs her arms and pushes her back. What the hell are you doing? Stay out of this. FOD. No. I'm his father, he's 13, and I'm trying to teach him how to travel alone in the subway. He pushes me a bit. I know what he wants to do. I don't believe you. Then FOD proceeds to tell my name and surname and all members of my family, dad, mom, little brother. That's not proof. I'll find his real mother. I stop is coming, so just before the doors close FOD runs out of the train with me in tow. Couldn't do the same. We start coming back from the adrenaline rush, I check in my bag if I lost something and we walk to my home. When we arrived we told everything to my parents and they were shocked, but later we all had lunch together and made this a funny thing. I feel sick of people who are trying to get their way in anything. Why was she so sure she's right? It's totally not okay if she was 100% sure she's right. Even if OP would escape school, it's not a problem at all. Well guys, that's it for today. If you end up enjoying this video please consider subscribing, and if you missed the last episode on the channel I'm gonna link it right here. The story is about an OP's daughter who was very sick and in hospital, so OP called her boss to take a break from work. You'll be very surprised by her boss's reaction. Check this out if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next video.